The kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started.
And we are underway from MetLife Stadium.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Jones looking to throw it on the first play.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Has this complete to Daniel Bellinger.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. Now Jones.
That's complete to Jalen Hyatt.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 11 yards there, just like last play.
And even though this is a top 5 rushing offense, and we see this especially early in the game, they're going to do their best to keep you honest. They don't want you getting the habit of stacking the box, so that's a good throw there. And they're able to come up with the first down.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Donovan Wilson that time there on the tackle. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And when I was reviewing the stats from last week's game, I actually had to put them down and come back to them later because when I read it first, I thought it was a typo or a misprint. One thing to hold someone under 100 yards in a game, that's incredible. Under 50? Absolutely exceptional.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Throwing Jones.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Well, hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Malik Hooker.
And the Cowboys are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
The rushing numbers for Pollard last week.
24 carries, up over 130 yards, and a touchdown.
And when you put the ball in the end zone 13 times on the season, one thing is apparent. You didn't do it all on your own. Offensive line is creating some nice space for you, and you probably get some good blocks downfield from your wide receivers.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so, they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 36. Pollard going to try the right side. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
The Cowboys at 7-6, a game over 500 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And that's complete to Cooks.
He's got room to roam.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They toss it down to Pollard.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
So on 4th down, Prescott off and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Got it inside the 10. Still not a first yet. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Cowboys take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Aubrey good with a PAT.
And it's now a 7-0 game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown.
Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
To about the 40-yard line.
Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Jalen Hyatt was the intended target.
And it's 3rd down.
You look at this Cowboy defense.
They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
When I look back at the stats from last week's game, I thought it was a typo. I thought it was a misprint. It's one thing to hold someone under 100 yards in a game. That's phenomenal. Under 50? Absolutely exceptional.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, they moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they are certainly playing their best football of the year.
It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it as we resume action.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Darnay Holmes now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. New York's offense back out there and set to go. And, of course, this a critical game in regards to not just the division race, but playoff seeding as well. They are a game up, but a loss here could really muddy the waters.
And both of these teams want to clear things up about how they feel about each other and their standing in the league. Because these two teams, they've really been the cream of the crop in their division. So this game, it's been looming on both of their schedules.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Jones.
He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Oh, he pulls over. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 16 yards there on a first down again.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Jones now on first down.
This pass into the hands of Bellinger.
And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And this offense has been a little slow to get going, but some signs of life here in this second quarter. They're moving it pretty good. And that helps the cause as well. Good yardage and another first down.
Again, he'll drop the throw.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun, Jones. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And this one is right through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Brandon Cooks and the Cowboys offense back out there.
Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
And this one is incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Prescott.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Oh, what a move. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Hey, we haven't been around the entire time football's been played, but we have studied our history, and there have been some great backs who've been accused of running out of bounds to protect themselves. Well, back in the day, many people didn't like that. But nowadays, take care of the football, show some intelligence, live to fight another down.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack. 3rd and goal, and still a long way from the end zone.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do. And his kick is absolutely perfect.
So that, Charles, a season long, and since he's a rookie, I guess we can go ahead and call that a career long as well.
I love love how you put that together because, you know, fans or everyone at home was saying, okay, has to be career, right, since he's a rookie. Well done by you, but I definitely like what I've seen from him so far this year. Very distinguished college career. He's looking right at home here in the NFL.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's even alive in the first half.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And they're going to speed things up here. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. And he is caught. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Prescott. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Prescott. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Aubrey now for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Holmes returning from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. It's a gain of 2, and it will be the final act of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Second down, Pollard again. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10, right at the 40. Here's a screen now for Pollard. He's got room at the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Prescott on first down. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up. And again, it's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing, Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. He's got Bellinger. Shedding the tackle that gives him some room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Looking to throw. Jones. Catch made here by Campbell. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left. He tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Now a play fake here on first down. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Jones throwing on first down.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And this is a situation where as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
1st down, and it's Pollard again. To about the 35, 2nd down.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Prescott off play action. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Throw caught by Hyatt on the slant.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Jones.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
And here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Tony Pollard with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth. Aubrey now for the PAT.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25.
Now out come the Giants.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing Jones.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Jones. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Dancing away at the 30.
And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. At first glance, I wasn't sure he got it. Then I saw that spot. Definitely a first down.
It was, but boy, on the other side, you dispute it a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you all the time, don't just get what you need, get a little bit more, and take the decision out of the hands of the officials.
Oh, there he needed a yard. He got a yard and maybe an inch. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Second and 10.
To throw again, Jones. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones.
And this is going to be dropped. Oh, my gracious. There was no one in his area code, but he could not hang on to it.
Oh, I don't know if he's sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hands. That's a tough break.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game, offense.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still first down.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down.
Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20.
Pollard, he'll take it up the gut.
And he gets it down to the 32.
180 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. 2nd and 7.
Play action now. Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Well, Prescott here to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Off the play fake, Prescott.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Aubrey now for the point after.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Holmes returning from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
And New York set to take the field.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for Dallas, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year.
And they'll get another road date next week as their opponent